What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel here. Meepo has done it again. They have come out with a serious contender yet again in the field, the Meepo Hurricane Ultra. Now there are two major questions that you have to ask yourself. Belt drive, gear drive? Let me walk you through the pros and cons of each system here and weigh out the benefits and see what's the best option for you. So diving right into it, Meepo has sent me out the gear drive system and the brand new tubeless tire system. Now, let me be clear here. I do not have the brand new Meepo Hurricane Ultra. I have the original Hurricane that I got the upgraded parts for. The actual difference between my carbon edition and their carbon edition is really nothing. The deck shape hasn't changed, nothing along those lines that way. It is a new grip tape design. They have sent it to me. I've yet to put it on there. You can upgrade the tubeless tire system and the gear drive system to a actually better version of the Hurricane Ultra, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Now, Meepo did send me out this gear drive system, and I thought it was gonna be the greatest upgrade to my board ever, and I was kind of wrong. Let me explain why. So let me backtrack here where I started out in e-skate on the hub drive system. So for me, skateboarding my entire life, hopping on the hub drive felt the most natural when it came to jumping on an electric skateboard. It was literally, you felt the road, you felt the gravel, you felt every little crack and bump you could possibly feel inside any skateboard. So for me, a true skateboarder coming to e-skate, it was the most comfortable feeling board I could find. Then I saw Meepo drop the Meepo Hurricane almost a year ago to date. This was this carbon fiber board. It had the range, it had the power, it had the looks, it had all-terrain tires, which up until this point, I was still trying out these regular skateboard tires. Now granted, I grew up on 70mm was a big wheel, so 90mm when I jumped on these e-skate hubs were even bigger. Now I was going up to a 6-inch, 165mm, 175mm all-terrain tires. It was mind-blowing to me. I thought I was gonna be driving a car. So got the 2-in-1. Hurricane came out, was pumped. Put on the AT tires, loved this thing. Ripped around, went off-roading, went through gravel, through grass, took it down trails, went down slippery fields. It brought me on places I couldn't imagine, and let me tell you that it is one of the best features of owning a 2-in-1 board is being able to swap from those AT tires to street-style wheels. So for me, being able to pull off my AT tires and put on the 90mm wheels that came with it, Mad 105 wheels that are upgradable, the Cyclone 110s, there are so many different wheel options, and I recommend that when you buy a 2-in-1 board, try other wheels. It changes the ride completely when you jump on the same board you have and you can compare it to different abilities there with the wheels. All of this leads me to what my biggest saying is that should you choose the gear drive system or should you choose the belt drive system? So let's get that out of the way. Gear drive or belt drive, what is your options? With this brand new gear drive system, I was expecting it to be the best upgrade I could get for my Meepo Hurricane. And it is, but it also isn't, for me, in my opinion. So for someone that bought a 2-in-1 board, expecting to be able to swap from all-terrain tires to street wheels, this is not the option for you. So let me explain that. So with the new gear drive system is that you can only fit certain size tires on this system, allowing you to use mostly all-terrain tires. You cannot swap out to street wheels. So someone that does enjoy a urethane wheel, this is not your option for you. You're not able to switch back and forth between street wheels and all-terrain wheels. That being said, if you are someone that loves all-terrain tires, that is obsessed with the grip that it provides for you, then the gear drive system is fantastic. The low-end torque is absolutely incredible. It does cut down on your high-end, top-end speed, but I still hit 31 miles per hour on that. If you need to go 31 miles per hour or faster on one of these style boards, then I suggest maybe looking at a DIY or something of an upper range. 31 miles per hour is still insanely quick. Now that coupled with the double kingpin trucks that I have, because you can go to the different style trucks of the traditional style kingpins, I love a carvy feeling board. So for me, double kingpins, giving that ability to, at the lower end speeds, really kind of carve back and forth, it lends me to my enjoyment feel. It lends me to a board that when I'm not able to get in the water, when I'm not able to get to the mountain, I'm able to hop on this and have a really good time just carving back and forth really hard. This is the board that I can recommend for you. And these wheels with the all-terrain setups, the inflatable tubeless tires, it's definitely lends ability. Now, the caveat with all that is, again, not being able to switch over to street style wheels. I bought a 2-in-1 board to be a 2-in-1 board. So for me, I like the ability to take street wheels, slap them on there. I can't stress this enough. There are different style wheels out there, from 105, 90 millimeter, knobbier all-terrain style wheels. Hoda's fantastic wheel, like one of my favorite non-all-terrain wheels. The tread pattern on there lends to just that grip there, to even like your cloud wheel, 120 cloud wheel setups. There are just an endless amount of different style wheels that are available out there. So when I say that for me, a belt drive system lends more to the ability to be swapping different wheels, I like that. The other thing is that with the gear drive system is it could be more of a proprietary thing. So if something does go wrong down the road, you have to go back to Meepo and you have to be able to get parts from them. These gears are not necessarily readily available from other companies or other manufacturers. So if something does happen, it can go south in that sense. You do have to go back to your manufacturer and you do have to contact them. With belt drive system, if a belt snaps, those are readily available. You're able to go and pick those up online, get those shipped to your house, have a plethora of them behind you, maybe carry a few in your backpack, and be able to swap those out pretty easily. That being said, gear drive. I love the gear drive system. So for me, if I didn't have the love for street wheels, the gear drive system is gonna stay on the board. The fact that I love this so much is because of that low end torque and these giant wheels. It gives me such an incredible feeling board where I know I'm able to push that throttle up and get instant torque, like off the line, instant torque, and it pulls all the way through. And it makes this beautiful little screaming noise that just like you won't get necessarily from a belt drive system. What I can say also is that something that I really truly enjoy about it is that I'm a range kind of person. So for me, I'm always nervous about range, which lends me to the more of the street wheel styles. Like when I want to pick up a better street wheel, it gives you more range, better rolling resistance. That's the whole difference with the gear drive. You have a better rolling resistance with the gear drive system than you do with the belt drive system. That does lend to potentially better range and better battery consumption per mile than you would if you had a belt drive system. It's less of a friction pull for you. The reason why I was saying before also why the original Hurricanes are maybe better than the Ultras with the new gear drive system upgrade and the new tubeless tire system upgrade is because we do have the Molicel P42A batteries inside there. They are a little bit of a better wattage inside of them, 725 watt hours in there. So you could even get more range than you would out of the brand new Meepo Ultra. I think the gear drive system and the tubeless tire system is a great upgrade. It's one of those systems that being able to jump into a new ecosystem, for me, this gear drive system is something I've only ridden a couple of them, and I can comment that I truly do love them. I think they're absolutely fantastic, and their rolling resistance, the better longevity as far as the battery and the range goes there too, and the ability of that instant torque factor that's on the low end there, it lends to a very fun ride, something that if you do want to pick this up, it's definitely worthwhile in that sense. The caveat is, if you are someone that likes to swap wheels a lot, and you do want to change out to different style wheels like street wheels, then it's not possible at this moment. So it's a decision you have to make for yourself. I can't make it for you. I just want to be as clear as day when I'm recommending these things to make sure that people understand that, putting a gear drive system on there, I thought I was going to be like unlimited power, I'm going to go 100 miles an hour. It's not that case. It's basically gives you the option of instant torque, lower high-end speed, but less rolling resistance, better battery range, bigger tires, more comfortability, better grip. It's all these pros and cons that go with there. One other thing I can comment on is these brand new tubeless tires are seriously grippy. At the low end carving speed, these wheels grip for days. So I'm able to really dig my heels in, dig my toes in, snap back like I was on a surfboard, and be able to really get a totally different feel, different carving ability. And knowing that I have the ground clearance there, I'm able to go over a lot more of bumps and cracks and not worry about feeling like I'm gonna scrape the bottom of the board or anything like that. So when I was in New York City, I would ride the Mad 105 wheels or I'd ride my 90 millimeter street wheels because I didn't know what stopping points there were gonna be and I didn't know what the range was. Now with those wheels, I was getting mass amounts of range, 25, 30 miles of range on those wheels. With these wheels and this gear drive setup, I was getting roughly around the same. I would get 25 to 28 miles of range on this board, and I was really happy with that. I think that's incredible. Again, I'm a bigger guy, it's more weight on here, and I'm still getting these really good numbers throwing up here. And I can really lend that to the gear drive system. This new system with this rolling resistancy allows for a much smoother ride. And I can say that the jerkiness, and what I mean by that is like when you're accelerating really hard and you let off, it would almost like kind of like buck you forward. And it would give you, not if you were a new rider, it wasn't the most confident inducing feel. So these kind of have smoothed out a little bit, where the rolling resistance, that once I let go of it, the buffer that's on the gear drive, I would say kind of softens the initial kick from letting go of it, and it gives you a much smoother, deceleration and acceleration in that sense. I think the gear drive system is a knockout of the park. If you're someone that, again, wants these wheels, wants this gear drive system, has an older Meepo, and wants to go ahead and upgrade to this, 100% an absolute fantastic idea. If you're someone that's new to it and you want to pick out the new system, I recommend it as well too. I think it's a great idea. The DIY community has kind of had a market on these, and now these newer companies that have been these production style boards are coming out with these more DIY-esque style builds, and it just lends to better innovation, better technology, moving everything forward. So better battery technology, better gearing systems, more options gives everyone more competition, which makes it better for the consumer, for us. What am I trying to get at here? That if you are looking for a board that is absolutely incredible, super powerful, gives you miles of range, and has an incredible plethora of options. I mean, what other company is allowing you to choose bamboo, carbon, gear drive, belt drive, traditional kingpins, double kingpins? It's an endless amount of list of options that Meepo is offering here for a really good package deal. I mean, insanely good price right now. And this is what I bought when I was a year ago in this position. The Hurricane originally came out. Meepo is offering a seriously good Black Friday deal on these right now. I mean, you can literally choose every single possible custom option, from carbon to bamboo, traditional kingpin to double kingpin, belt drive to gear drive. There is an endless amount of options you can swap around at a really good price right now. So I recommend that if you go ahead and click on that link down below, it is an affiliate link. There is a code there, Drew10, and that saves you a few bucks off of your board, and it kicks a few bucks back to me. I always appreciate you guys really helping me out here. It does help support the channel, and lets me know that, what I'm doing here is pretty good. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe, click that button. Way more content coming out. And if you have any questions on the gear drive versus belt drive system, the Meepo Hurricane tires, the brand new tubeless tires, any other street wheels or anything like that, please feel free to comment down below. I'd love to help you out and answer any questions. I really appreciate you checking out the channel. And as always, guys, wear your helmet. Peace.